Life may be fleeting, but honor endures beyond the moment. These words capture the essence of Musashi's 20th principle, emphasizing that while our physical existence is impermanent, the integrity we uphold defines the measure of our life. Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary Ronin of feudal Japan, lived a life constantly shadowed by danger, duels, and the threat of death. Yet in every confrontation, he valued honor above survival. To him, life without integrity was hollow. No victory, wealth, or continued existence could compensate for actions that violated one's moral compass. The body may be abandoned when necessary, but honor, once lost in crucial moments, can never be fully regained. Musashi's principle is not an endorsement of recklessness or a call to embrace death without reason. Instead, it is a teaching about prioritizing ethical consistency and personal code over temporary or superficial gains. A warrior who compromises honor for convenience may escape danger or secure advantage in the short term, but the cost is far greater: the erosion of trust, reputation, and inner confidence. Honor serves as the foundation of character. It dictates how one is perceived by others and, more importantly, how one perceives oneself. The loss of it leaves a void that cannot be filled by wealth, influence, or even survival. In modern life, the battlefield may not be literal, but the principle remains profoundly relevant. Honor manifests today through ethical choices, personal integrity, and reliability in relationships, work, and community. Dishonorable acts, lying, cheating, or compromising values for expediency may seem advantageous at first, yet their consequences ripple far beyond the moment. A damaged reputation, lost trust, or weakened self-respect can have long-lasting effects that no material gain can repair. Just as Musashi wielded his sword with discipline, modern individuals navigate life's challenges with the tools of morality, courage, and accountability. The metaphor of honor as the dice of life captures its critical, irreplaceable nature. In moments of high stakes, whether on a battlefield, in negotiation, or when facing ethical dilemmas, the choices we make determine whether we retain the ability to act with integrity in the future. Once lost, honor cannot be simply reclaimed. It shapes the narrative of our lives, our legacy, and how the world remembers us. Ultimately, this principle teaches a timeless lesson. Life is transient, but the character we cultivate is enduring. Actions must align with one's internal code of ethics, and choices should reflect the standards we hold sacred. Musashi's wisdom reminds us that courage, skill, and survival are meaningful only when exercised in harmony with honor. Preserve honor above all, for while life may be temporary, character, reputation, and the legacy of integrity define your eternity. Philosophical exploration. Miyamoto Musashi's principle that one may abandon the body but must preserve honor reflects a profound understanding of the human psyche, strategic thinking, and the spiritual dimension of ethical living. In Musashi's era, the life of a Ronin was one of constant uncertainty. Each duel, journey, or battle carried the real possibility of death. Yet even amid life-threatening circumstances, Musashi prioritized honor above all else. For him, life was fleeting, but character, integrity, and the respect of others endured. While the body could be sacrificed in extreme situations, compromising one's internal code or moral standards was tantamount to losing oneself. Honor, in this sense, functioned as the ultimate measure of a warrior's worth. A single dishonorable act could overshadow countless victories and skillful maneuvers. It was a stain on reputation, a break in trust, and a fracture in the self. From a psychological standpoint, Honor is deeply tied to self-respect and inner harmony. When actions align with a clear internal code of ethics, the individual experiences confidence, peace of mind, and the freedom to act decisively. Compromising honor, on the other hand, produces guilt, anxiety, and a sense of moral dissonance that can erode identity. Musashi's philosophy emphasizes that integrity is not a luxury, but a psychological foundation for mastery. A warrior who fears dishonor can face death with calm courage. A person who compromises ethics, however, carries an invisible burden that limits judgment and clarity in every decision. Honor thus functions as both shield and compass. It protects the mind from corrosive self-doubt and directs action even under extreme pressure. Strategically, honor serves as a guiding principle that informs decision-making. In life-and-death scenarios, Musashi recognized that risking one's body to maintain integrity often produced outcomes far more significant than immediate survival. Dishonorable shortcuts may provide temporary advantage, but they undermine credibility, trust, and authority. Conversely, a choice that preserves honor, even at the cost of life, sustains long-term moral authority and preserves the capacity for meaningful action in the community or among peers. Honor is therefore not a sentimental ideal, but a practical framework. It shapes reputation, ensures reliability, and builds resilience. The disciplined adherence to an ethical code cultivates respect from others and creates a stable platform for strategic judgment in every situation. In modern contexts, the principle translates seamlessly into business, leadership, and personal relationships. Ethical behavior, honesty, and fairness are the contemporary equivalents of a warrior's honor. In professional settings, upholding commitments and integrity may occasionally involve sacrifice, turning down unethical opportunities, refusing to cheat or manipulate, or confronting challenges that risk personal gain. In personal life, honor manifests as loyalty, trustworthiness, and accountability. Compromising values for convenience, status, or immediate advantage may seem effective in the short term, but it can erode relationships, reputation, and self-respect irreversibly. True honor requires vigilance and a willingness to make difficult choices, reflecting the same courage Musashi displayed on the battlefield. Spiritually and philosophically, honor unites internal ethics with external action. It ensures that decisions and behavior are congruent with principles, creating a sense of authenticity and moral clarity. Living in alignment with one's ethical code fosters resilience, allowing the individual to navigate uncertainty with composure and confidence. The principle underscores a timeless truth. Life may end, circumstances may change, but actions anchored in honor leave a lasting legacy. Honor transforms ordinary existence into a life of meaning, elevating human action from mere survival to purposeful mastery. Ultimately, Musashi's wisdom teaches that preserving honor is essential for lasting self-mastery. Life may be impermanent, but the ethical choices one makes define character, shape relationships, and leave an enduring impact. Honor functions as the bridge between skill and virtue, between survival and legacy, ensuring that even in moments of extreme danger or ethical complexity, one's life resonates with integrity. By understanding and internalizing this principle, individuals cultivate psychological strength, strategic clarity, and spiritual resilience, living not merely to exist, but to act rightly, courageously, and honorably. Practical application. Preserving honor in modern life requires translating the timeless wisdom of Musashi into practical daily habits that maintain integrity, build reputation, and guide decision-making. While the battlefield and duels of feudal Japan may seem distant from today's corporate offices, personal relationships, or social arenas, the principle remains the same. Life without honor is hollow, and dishonorable actions, even if temporarily beneficial, erode long-term respect, trust, and self-respect. The following steps offer a framework for applying this principle in contemporary life. Step 1. Define your code of ethics. The foundation of honorable living is a clear internal code. This involves articulating your values, moral standards, and non-negotiables, the principles you will not compromise regardless of circumstance. Reflect deeply on what integrity means to you. Honesty, fairness, loyalty, responsibility, or respect for others. Write them down, treat them as a personal constitution, and consult them when faced with choices. This code serves as a moral compass, guiding decisions when shortcuts or expedient options tempt compromise. Without a defined ethical framework, it is easy to rationalize actions that ultimately undermine honor, eroding trust from others and confidence within yourself. Step 2. Align action with integrity. Once your code is defined, every action, decision, and communication must reflect it. Honor is demonstrated through consistent behavior, not occasional grand gestures. Avoid taking shortcuts that may bring immediate gain, but compromise ethical standards. For instance, in business, this could mean refusing to deceive or exploit clients for profit. In personal life, honoring commitments even when inconvenient. Aligning action with integrity strengthens self-respect and signals to others that you are trustworthy. Musashi understood that dishonorable acts, even if momentarily advantageous, corrode long-term influence and mastery. Similarly, modern individuals must prioritize long-term credibility over short-term expedience. Step 3. Evaluate risk versus integrity. Life often presents situations where survival, convenience, or immediate gain conflict with honor. Musashi's principle emphasizes that in life and death or high-stakes circumstances, preserving integrity may require risking personal safety or comfort. While most modern contexts are less extreme, the principle applies in difficult ethical decisions, whistleblowing, reporting misconduct, or defending fairness despite backlash. Ask, does compromising my ethics provide temporary gain? Does preserving honor require sacrifice? Understanding when and how to take principled risks ensures that honor guides strategic choices rather than being sacrificed for convenience. Step 4. Maintain accountability. Self-reflection and accountability are central to sustaining honor. Regularly review your daily decisions and ask, did this action preserve my integrity? Accept responsibility for mistakes openly, without deflecting blame or rationalizing dishonorable behavior. Accountability reinforces trustworthiness, strengthens moral resilience, and prevents ethical drift over time. Musashi's life exemplified relentless self-assessment. He adjusted his methods, learned from errors, and remained disciplined, ensuring that every action aligned with his internal code. Similarly, modern practitioners of honor must cultivate honest self-evaluation and proactive correction of missteps. Step 5. Build reputation through consistency. Honor is not merely internal. It is recognized and reinforced through the perception of others. Consistent ethical behavior, reliability, honesty, fairness, and respect gradually builds a solid reputation. Reputation functions as social capital, opening opportunities and fostering trust in professional and personal spheres. However, it can be lost instantly by a single dishonorable act. Musashi's reputation as a disciplined and principled warrior allowed him influence and respect beyond his physical skill. In modern life, maintaining a consistent track record of ethical behavior ensures that honor is tangible and enduring, protecting both personal and professional legacy. Step 6. Recover and learn from past mistakes. No one is infallible, and errors may occur despite best intentions. When honor is damaged, deliberate restoration is possible through accountability, sincere actions, and recommitment to ethical standards. Reflect on the incident, identify the lapse, and take concrete steps to prevent recurrence. Recovery reinforces moral resilience and signals a genuine commitment to integrity. Learning from mistakes transforms failures into teaching moments, fortifying honor rather than diminishing it. This continuous improvement mirrors Musashi's lifelong refinement of skill, strategy, and character, demonstrating that honor is both preserved and strengthened through conscious effort. In practice, applying these steps consistently allows modern individuals to internalize Musashi's principle. Define your ethics, act with integrity, weigh risk against honor, remain accountable, cultivate a solid reputation, and learn from missteps. Honor becomes a living practice, influencing every choice, interaction, and opportunity. Life may be unpredictable and mistakes inevitable, but adherence to a personal code ensures that character endures. By placing honor above convenience, immediate gain, or fear of repercussion, individuals cultivate resilience, clarity, and long-term influence. Ultimately, the principle teaches that while the body may be vulnerable and circumstances uncertain, integrity is enduring. By internalizing Musashi's guidance, one can navigate modern challenges with courage, discipline, and ethical clarity. Life is temporary, but honor, once preserved and nurtured, shapes legacy, reputation, and self-respect, allowing individuals to live and act with enduring dignity. Conclusion. Musashi's 20th principle, "You may abandon your body, but you must preserve your honor," is the heartbeat of a life truly lived. Flesh is fragile, fleeting, and mortal. It bends beneath the weight of suffering, falters in the face of fear, and ultimately perishes. Honor alone transcends the body. It is the echo of choices, the unyielding imprint of a soul forged in fire. In the arena of life, whether in duels, battles, or the quiet conflicts of everyday existence, the true measure of the person is not survival, wealth, or fleeting acclaim. It is honor. Musashi grasped this with absolute clarity. A life lived without integrity is a life half-lived, a hollow shadow drifting across time with no mark, no legacy, no resonance. Honor is more than a word. It is a compass, a code, and a covenant with oneself. Each decision, each action, each sacrifice is a test. Will you bend for comfort, convenience, or fear, or will you rise unwavering, even when the world pressures you to compromise? Expedience, wealth, fleeting victory, or survival without principle are illusions. They provide momentary relief, but leave a fracture in the spirit that no triumph can heal. Musashi understood that dishonor is permanent. A single act of compromise can eclipse decades of courage, skill, and dedication. Honor, once lost in the fire of moral failure, is nearly impossible to reclaim. It is the dice of life, rolled once in the moments that truly matter. Even when facing death, Musashi teaches us that the mind aligned with principle is unshakable. Fear does not dominate. Uncertainty does not cloud judgment, and chaos does not sway resolve. The warrior who acts with honor sees clearly, chooses decisively, and walks toward the inevitable with unbroken composure. This is the invisible strength of integrity, a power that no sword, no weapon, no force of circumstance can diminish. In today's world, the battlefield is less literal but no less real. Ethical dilemmas, professional temptations, personal betrayals, they are the duels of modern life. Every choice tests your honor, and every compromise chips away at your legacy. Uphold your word, protect your principles, defend your character relentlessly. Live deliberately, act boldly, and let the measure of your life be defined not by fleeting success, but by unshakable integrity. Musashi's lesson is eternal. The body is mortal, life is fleeting, but honor endures forever. It is the soul's immortality, the crown of mastery, and the only victory that death cannot steal. Sacrifice comfort. Resist temptation. Walk the path of principle without deviation. Preserve your honor above all, for it is the ultimate triumph, the unbroken thread that binds life, legacy, and eternity into one indelible force.